Hey, Brian.
Hey, Dan. Hey, everyone. Welcome to my 60-second live stream. So, yeah, thank you guys. Man, this was an episode. Just rewatching it again, and yeah, so we can. Oh wait, looks like Ken has been muted. Hold on. I'm not sure why he's mute, but Anyways, but yeah, how?
This was a fantastic episode of season 6.
Oh wait, sorry, I didn't have my mic plugged. I didn't have my mic plugged in. Do you hear me better?
Yeah, I heard you fine before. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure. Yeah, this was a really good episode. So it was actually, let's see. So it was written by, Matt Negret, and it was directed by Michael Zemes. I mean, I don't recognize him, but honestly, like, even though I didn't recognize him, I mean, this episode had a few problems. We'll get to that, but still, I think in terms of how the actors did, like the music and just everything else, how the scenes played out, I think for the most part they did an amazing job with this episode.
Definitely.
All right, so let's see. So Knots-Untie, season 6, episode 11. We finally get introduced to the hilltop, and I mean, we know it.
Pathetic, though.
Yeah, it was absolutely pathetic. The comics did it way better. The people,
also, like, I know we all comment about like the amount of people that were there, but also just the community itself. Like, I feel like they should have built it somewhere else, because in the comic there was like this big hill and stuff, and there was like all like this like all this like amount of room.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, one second, Dan. I'll be right back. I think my family's calling me. They just need to ask me something. But
oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so like this episode, really good. Honestly, like just really good. Oh, hey, Epic.
Hey, Epic.
Yeah, so Dan, I'll be right back. Just a minute or so. Be right back.
Sure thing, man. Wait for some people to come in here.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
So you like Spyro?
Yo, yeah, I played Spyro. I haven't played it for a while, though, I'll be honest.
Hey, guys, I'm back.
Hey, man.
So, all right, so this episode, all right.
Episode was pretty good.
It was. It was such a great setup episode.
And there wasn't like as far as the cast, like we got to see pretty much everyone. Like unlike season 6, episode 10, like the last episode. But
yeah,
but there was still the budget issue with the hilltop. So like I don't know if they could have did CGI to make it look bigger, like it was in the comics, or they could have just maybe filmed it somewhere else, because it didn't need to be like being on a hill. I don't care about that. All I care about is if it was a big community full of people, because I reread the comics, and yeah, the hilltop has 200 people in the comic books, but in the show, there's no way it has anywhere close to that.
The reason why I like the hill idea is because I love the idea of having like the trailers like at the bottom, and then you have this like big hill, and then you have Barrington House. Like, I don't know, it just makes it feel like more big or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Like, if I really don't know if it was. I mean, it was a budget issue, but like, I don't know if they could have, if there was a way to work around it, or like extras. Like, obviously, that's one big issue with the hilltop. They needed more extras.
Definitely, yeah. That was, man, like, honestly, this episode, it just like, I remember I made fun of season 5 with Alexandria, but like, honestly, that is pretty good compared to this.
Yeah, at least we got some of the comic characters, but like, for Hilltop, we got, Gregory, Paul, and then sort of Cal and Eduardo, and they're like not important at all. But at least with Alexandria, we got more important
Yeah,
characters.
no. It's, I mean,
episode.
it
This is
was,
the only episode Greg. Oh, this is the only episode Gregory was kind of maybe not likable, but he wasn't exactly annoying. This
yeah,
episode.
Did you
that's
guys
true.
see?
I really like Gregory in this episode. I thought, I mean, in terms of like the actor, I thought he killed it. When I saw Gregory on screen, I'm like, man, it's too bad because like it's like Jesus, he should have been this close to his comic counterpart. Because if you ask me personally, Gregory is a million times better in the TV show, and he was good in the comics too. So
Yeah, like I mean, we'll get to it, but the way he Gregory talked to the other characters and just like the way the actors portrayed it, so that was interesting. You know how they worked off each other. So the episode starts out with Abraham and Sasha. They're kind of like just talking, I guess, and about how she's changing shifts. And anyways,
honestly, I remember when I saw that scene though, and they were saying like Eugene wants to help out more and stuff, and that he'll take the shift over with Abraham and stuff. I was just like, man, are they like trying to tease the Abraham and Eugene like Abraham moment from the comic? But they just did that to swerve us pretty much because it didn't go.
And that's what I don't get. What was the point of not doing that? Ended up killing him again, but it's longer. But I guess it kind of was done to give Tara character development.
That's true. They should have done because like Denise, but then if he just gets killed anyway. But I think maybe what Scott Gimple was thinking is why not make it like a more shocking moment in the lineup, I guess.
Yeah, because Abraham is way better in the show. And plus, I do kind of like when the TV show changes the deaths a lot. I can't really think of another one, but I do like when they change deaths with different characters and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of crazy too that Glenn was like, oh man, like right. He was the main character. I was like, okay, yeah, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah. So we have the part where Abraham is with Rosita, and she made him like a necklace, like from the headlights that broke off, from the truck. And Abraham's starting to have doubts. And like, don't get me wrong, Sonequa Martin Green, gorgeous woman in real life, but like Christian Serratos, sort of Rosita.
I know.
It just there's no. You can't really. How do you choose Sasha over Rosita? I'm sorry, I still don't get it.
I know. That's literally what I was thinking. It was probably just because they wanted to do something like that, but I 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, but if I was Abraham, like there would not like I'd just be like, Sasha, yeah, nice to see you, but like I have something amazing right now. Like seriously.
And even if Sasha did look better than the actor or whatever, still you've known Rosita way longer. You haven't known Sasha, and I'm pretty sure he's known Rosita since the start or around that time. So
Yeah, exactly. That I just think they like if I was Abraham, I would just stay like with what I have. Honestly, I would not go to Sasha.
Hey Dan.
Yeah, Epic.
From overall between Hilltop's introduction from season 6, episode 11, all the way to season 10, how do you feel about Hilltop community as a whole?
I mean, I thought like here's what I would say just quickly. I would say that like it started off kind of weak, I'll just say, but in terms of like like Gregory, that's a different story. But in terms of like the community, like kind of weak at the beginning. Season 7, I thought Hilltop looked a bit better because they had a few extra like extras. But then season 8, I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then season 9 is probably the best time for Hilltop for me. I really like the look of season 9 Hilltop. And then, season 10, obviously it gets taken down. But yeah, Hilltop, I'd say like it started off weak and then it got better over time, I would say.
yeah.
Oh man, I think the stream's having problems again.
Oh, are you serious?
I don't know what's up with this thing.
What's happening?
Well,
Hey, Dan.
the chat's it's like buffering in the YouTube video. I don't know what's going on.
DeRosa, you're on here right now. Can you let us know if it's like freezing or anything?
Yeah, I'll type that in.
Hey Dan.
Yeah,
I guess.
Do you see them rebuilding Hilltop in season 11?
I do. I think that I think it'll be in season 11, obviously, because these additional episodes not going to really focus on like probably any of that stuff. I think in season 11 they could definitely rebuild that look because I actually like, and then when it was finally all like really cool that they did all that. So I think for the TV show, yeah, I think they should do it, to be honest.
And
So
something I'm kind of scared of with the bonus episodes, and I hope they're not filler episodes, because most of the pictures we get is like I don't want the first. Well, I don't want not the Gabriel and Aaron episode to just be them, because it's like each promo they're showing is basically just to the description and all that. And I would like to see like other characters besides them, including them rebuilding Hilltop and Alexandria and all that. I don't want it just to be, those characters.
Because Dan,
Yeah.
Hilltop and Alexandria really do feel like their own characters in a way.
They do, especially like I don't know what it is about Alexandria in the new season, like in season like 9 and 10, I would say. Alexandria is just so like amazingly just put together, I would say. Like they really expanded it, they really made it better than ever, I would say. And it's honestly kind of cool in the end because that's basically what Deanna was like wanting to see from Alexandria. And she kind of got her wish, to be honest, because like she had all these plans for how Alexandria could turn out, and it pretty much did turn out how she wanted in the end.
Hey Dan,
I do
Yeah.
think Hilltop lost the least amount of
was
people.
the own better in the show than it was in the comics?
The Whisper War?
No, was the Alexandria safe zone better in the show?
Oh yeah, I would say it is. I mean, maybe not like when it comes to the extras and the the amount of characters, but I'll give it to season 9 though and season 10. They upped their game with the extras and stuff. I think it finally started to feel like a real community. But like it's just crazy though, because like as soon as they have extras, more extras in season 9, then you have like less main characters. I just find that kind of funny.
And what's crazy, Alexandria, if you just look back, Alexandria, maybe because it's bigger, but it's a lot of people who've died. Like JSS, a whole bunch of people died, and No Way Out, a whole bunch of people died, and then the war, a whole bunch of people died. So I think even though the Kingdom kind of lost all their soldiers, I still think Alexandria has had the biggest loss out of any of the communities.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, honestly, too, like I got to applaud Alexandria for one thing, though, man. Like Negan in season 8 burned up, at least according to what he said, he blew up every other house aside from Rick's. And then in season 9, I'm just like, wow, like a lot of these houses don't look like destroyed at all. I'm just gonna point that out.
And I think I don't know her name. Her name is like Barbara. I think she was the one where she was babysitting Judith when she was little.
yeah,
Do y'all remember
that's
her?
Yeah,
Barbara.
Barbara.
Her kids actually died in that, which I wish they would have did something with her character, kind of not liking Negan. But I looked it up on the fandom, and it says she's unknown for some reason because last time she was seen was in the episode after Sadiq died. Season 10, episode 8. But I think they could have did something because, like, if your kids got killed by this guy, wouldn't you like kind of be, out for revenge, kind of be mad? And they never really, probably because she was like a very minor character, but I think they could have did something with her, I guess.
Agreed. They
Exactly.
never really used her.
I think Barbara died off screen. They couldn't get the actress to come back, and
I
that they
agree.
wrote that
It
character off.
says she's unknown, but I mean, I don't think that's true because there's been like, it's like she was seen in like season 6, probably around the episode when Negan came in. In season 8, I think is the only season that actually you see her the most. Like I
Yeah,
think like
that's true. And I mean, honestly, too, like I kind of find it funny that she's listed as like an unknown character just because nobody knows who she is.
Anyways, guys, my opinion, Gregory in this episode, he was pretty darn good.
He was
Fantastic.
fantastic.
Him to the comics, he's the exact same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, for me, like he's the exact same, but like actually, I would say he's better. I just think that in the TV show, he did something extra that the comic didn't. I don't know. I don't even really know what it is. It's just the actor. He blew me away the first time I saw him.
yeah.
So
Also, this episode was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, because I rewatched the episode yesterday because I knew this was what we were talking about. I'm not gonna lie, for most of the episode, I was kind of bored, especially when they go and help the people out of the place, help the Hilltops people. That part was, I just like, some of the episode was kind of boring. It kind of picked up when the whole thing happened. The you know
Gregory
we don't
getting
have to talk
stabbed.
about that right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back,
I
guys.
actually I enjoyed the build up to the hilltop. I actually enjoyed that part. I thought it was I don't know. I thought it was an exciting scene because you meet some of the characters and stuff, and then I don't know. I think the journey there was pretty good, especially when Rick like he's just like you hear me whistle, shoot him, and Maggie's just like I will. I don't know. I like that part.
So
But yeah, as much as Gregory annoyed me, Xander Berkeley did an amazing job.
Yeah, I know. Also, guys, I don't know how true this is, but it seems like it's actually possible. Megamat was actually talking to me about this a few days back, but Xander Berkeley, it sounds like, and don't quote me on this, but it sounds like he might be returning for the Here's Negan episode, and I'm just like, what? And I'm seeing a bunch of people talk about it now.
I don't know.
Well, that'd be kind of weird because Gregory wasn't in the comic version of Negan.
Exactly.
I'm
Well,
back.
I'm wondering if they're going to show like how Negan took over Hilltop. That's what a lot of people are wondering is if they'll do that.
So
Yeah.
okay, so it's at nighttime and we have Glenn talking to Maggie, and man, just rewatching this again, I get like so emotional because I see Glenn. I'm just like, oh man,
Oh my
like
god,
why?
yes, that happened to me too. Especially, I just like, especially when they were at the end of the episode. I was just like, I still just can't believe they killed, like he died.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened. It definitely shouldn't have. And the reason why I say it shouldn't have happened, one, he's an amazing character, and the second reason is because it's way too predictable that he would get killed at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but well, I mean, he died in the comics, but at the same time, it's like they did not need that double death. I think if they were gonna keep the double death, I would have rather them kill Abraham in the finale of season, and then it would have been surprising to see Glenn die in the premiere. I would have rather
I-
that than
Yeah.
anything.
I just wouldn't have
Yeah,
done
I
it because
agree.
I think that Glenn is a character that should have survived longer. I seriously think he had more story, to be honest.
Glenn shouldn't have died. I don't know what Gimple was thinking.
No, and plus this was his opportunity to like have somebody from that's not in the comics anymore in the show and just use that character as like a really great one to still have that's not in the comic, and he never did it. It's really unfortunate.
I don't blame him because it's like, I mean, he died in the comics, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot of characters who died in the comics and are still alive. Carol, Morgan, Daryl's not even in it.
Scott, I mean,
Scott, yeah.
I understand why they're keeping Scott. I mean, I don't know what's the purpose, but I understand why they're keeping him because like there's not many like I feel like there's not many characters in Alexandria that we really know besides, our main group.
Yeah,
We don't really know much
that's true,
people.
but a lot of casual viewers wouldn't even know who that guy is. That's the crazy part.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, Pick?
Yeah, Glenn shouldn't have died, in my opinion, because, like, when I was on my way to my sister's house to watch the episode, I was constantly saying, it's gonna be Glenn, it's gonna be Glenn, it's gonna be Glenn. I was constantly saying that over and over again.
I know. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I think that like that's amazing, but just the death is way too predictable. Like you just said, everybody was saying it was Glenn, and even when Abraham got killed, I remember I was just watching it when Abraham died, and I'm like, okay, all right, Glenn's gonna be alive. But then, like I said, as soon as Daryl like punched Negan, I'm like, yeah, they're doing the double death. I'm like, man.
Well, here's the thing. I understand if they would have killed just Abraham, that doesn't even affect. Only affects Rosita, Eugene, and Sasha. I think they needed a death that would affect everybody because there would be no reason for them to really. I mean, I guess they would still want to fight Negan, but the whole purpose because of Glenn and Abraham, they didn't really want to fight them, but they knew they had lost. But then when they killed Spencer or Olivia, that's when they knew. I feel like if Glenn was still alive, they probably. I just think death affected everybody, which kind of made it. Abraham, it wouldn't have, especially the viewers, it wouldn't have affected us as much as Soul's character.
Yeah,
It's
that
still
is true.
traumatizing.
I just personally think that an idea that would work better is that you could literally have Abraham's death, and then you could have they really try to make you think that like Daryl's gonna die, that they're going to like beat him up really bad. That's what I had because I just think that it's like it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time. And definitely, I think that would be better. I just personally think because Glenn is a character that it's too predictable if you kill him off. And I was not surprised when he died. I wasn't. Like, I was surprised when I saw it was Abraham. I'll be honest. I was surprised when I saw that. But with the spoilers, too, I'm just like, yeah, like, they're going to kill off, Glenn.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Dan,
yeah,
When I
wait,
watched
guys.
the finale,
Yeah,
I didn't-
do you think Daryl should have died at the Negan lineup instead of Glenn and Abraham?
I mean, I think if they were gonna kill Daryl, that should have been the only one because I feel like that's enough for the fangirls to take.
Yeah.
But like, let's be honest though. I mean, I don't like Daryl very much in season 7 and season 8 just because of the decisions the character made. But I still think that character, if you change up his character enough, you could definitely keep him. So I think that I didn't think he was gonna die just because AMC they just love him, and I just knew I was like they're not gonna kill him off.
Yeah, I agree. I still think it's worse that the double death, I feel like that's, in my personal opinion, that's worse than just doing like one death as like Daryl. Like I think that's worse. In my
Yeah,
personal
and
opinion.
honestly, like I know that some people would make the argument that like it's like, oh well, you could say that like one death after waiting so long for the Negan kill and you only kill Abraham, it's like disappointing to the fans for making us
Well,
wait.
not really,
But
because
no, but the problem is that it's like I just wouldn't have done the cliffhanger. Like I would have just killed Abraham in the finale. I don't think you needed to do the cliffhanger.
if they did just do one death, I think the Carl thing they were about. I mean, they didn't do it, but I still think that was something that still got like the whole episode. You were at the edge of your seat because the two death. Well, no, the whole beginning until they kill the people. You're like you're so not excited, but you're just so intrigued because you don't know who's gonna die. But then when it actually happens, it's like it's the whole thing. But then when they come back, niggas forcing Rick to chop off Carl's head, and that was like. I think that was almost like that was crazy. I watched a lot of reactions, and that was like I couldn't believe that was about to happen, but it didn't happen. But I think that's still
Season finale for season 6.
Yeah, that one would be
what.
great.
But that episode is like I don't know. I don't like that one. Is like it's cool, but like it's not bad. But it would have been. I do like what Fear did, where they do double things, and I think that would have been cool. But I don't think that would have made sense because they had to have the break. But I do like that's something I like about Fear. They did the double finale and all that. It just was so cool, especially in season 3.
My favorite bottle episode, to be honest, like I think The Walking Dead it still does have bad bottle episodes, but the best one for me is probably, I would say JSS because you got to think about it. That it's just the Alexandria group,
Well,
and
I don't
it's
consider
just
that
them.
I don't consider that a bottle episode. I feel like bottle episodes are mostly like one or to two characters. The Alexandria thing had pretty much most of the characters there. I mean, the episode after that is still. I feel like that could be a bottle episode, but still at the same time, maybe not because episode two was more important to the story than episode 3. If you do include
Yeah.
that as a
If
bottle episode, then yeah, that's my favorite instead.
Hey
Well,
But
guys,
yeah, because like it's like I mean it because it's like it's just one location. Like we just stay in the same location for an episode with just a certain amount of characters. I don't know. I think if we're counting that as a bottle episode, that's definitely probably one of my top favorites.
Hey Dan,
Yeah, Epic.
if you really think about it, the first half season 6, first half season
Half of season 6 as well. But yeah, I think that the first half of the season, I think it had some good episodes. But yeah, you're right. They definitely wiped out a lot of Alexandria characters in that one.
yeah,
maybe
the
we
first
should
half.
continue.
in a way, season 6 is like an Alexandrian season.
You could say
Season
that
6?
because they literally kill
Definitely.
only Alexandrian characters in that whole season. Really.
Well, it was only Alexandria at the time, though.
Hey,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
Chosen, is that you? Who's that?
There's an opinion. The Anderson family. I think either Jesse or Ron. And this is a very unpopular opinion, but I was just thinking about it because I rewatched No Way Out also yesterday. But I was thinking because I watched No Way Out episode after that, and then so I wouldn't be completely messed up. But I feel like these are the two options I would have been cool with. I would rather. It would have been cool if Jessie could have became Andrea or something. Kind of. She kind of looks like her. It would have been cool for her kind of because she is way more she is way more. She did so much more in the show than the comics. In the comics, she was just an ordinary person, but in the show, she did so much, and she was so much capable to become that
Yeah.
type of character.
She
But
definitely
Ron,
looks like comic Andrea, though. I'll give you that.
Dan,
Hey,
Yeah.
guys,
Jesse looked like comic Andrea, but in a way, Lori Holden looked like her too a bit.
Honestly, though, the biggest thing that a lot of people don't agree with this, but I actually think that Amy looked more like comic Andrea. I don't know what it is.
She did.
Yeah.
Because the person that actually chose for Andrea, I'm not hating, but she looks kind of like 40-ish. Like, she's not young. Andrea in the comics, because I'm reading the comics, she's very young. She's like 20. And in the show, she looks 30, 40-ish. Even in the first episode, you see her, and she just looks older. And I don't want to offend people, because I don't even think she was that old, but she just looked really old.
Well, the
Jesse,
actress, which is actually crazy.
that means she was like she was literally 40 or late 30s. She filmed it, which proves like I just think. I mean, I didn't mind. I didn't like the show. I like her. I mean, in the comics, I'm not. She gets better, but I think even if they would have never killed her off, I still would have hated her.
Yeah,
What she
definitely.
did is just like, ugh.
Also, I'd like to just kind of say, probably for Brian too, but yeah, we should.
Yes, we're not talking about the episode at all. It's like
I know. I wanted to help you out a little bit.
Still in the first part with Maggie and freaking Glenn. Okay.
Okay, so yeah. So in the episode we have Paul sits outside and then Carl points a gun at him and he's like, "What the heck are you doing on our house?" And we get the line from him where he's like, "Get dressed," and Carl's just like looking at him like, "Dude, I don't know who you are. I don't have a mom." Like, it's just kind of like that.
It's like, what do you know?
Oh yeah, this is like probably the funniest scene because then he turns around, see him getting dressed, and then all the other people come upstairs, and then Abraham's just looking at all of them.
Glenn was too. Glenn was too. His face. Daryl did not care.
Glenn was just like, "Are you serious right now?"
I think that was the most surprising couple because it's like I didn't expect it because it's like it wasn't because most relationships they lead to it, but that just came out of absolutely maybe like in the first few minutes when you see them both on the couch and you're like, okay, but then it's like still it's like it never even in the beginning of the episode or anything, it never really led up to anything.
I wasn't really surprised about it, to be honest, because I remember for like 2 years prior, they were just like, what about like hashtag Rashon? And like, I remember I just kept hearing that for like 2 years before. And I'm just like, I don't know. I was waiting for it. And then Jesse came in and I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to do the Jesse thing. And then once she was killed off, I'm like, yeah, I was kind of expecting it, honestly.
I
do really like them.
Rashon made sense.
It did. Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, some people may argue this, but especially with the way Andrea was in the TV show, this is honestly the perfect, the perfect one for Rick to end up with.
Because Andrea and Rick, honestly, even if they would have kept them alive, season 1, 2, and 3, they didn't even have to talk a lot. But in the comics, it was kind of like that. They really didn't start talking. Like, even after Dale died, they weren't, like, in a couple. It's just, like, just before that, they didn't even really have conversations like that, especially in the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, like let's be honest though, it would be kind of awkward if she ended up with Rick in the TV show because she did have that scene with Shane in the car and also the governor scene.
No, I think I watched that so long. Like, I'm a lot younger than you, so I don't really have a good memory of some stuff. But I was like, because a few months ago, maybe like a year ago, I was trying to rewatch all the episodes, getting ready for season 9. And I saw that scene. I was like, "What?" I never remembered that scene. I kept replaying, and I was like, "It has to be a dream." Like that honestly made me hate Andrea, especially.
I know. Hey guys, can we please? All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. So we get the part where they're downstairs. They're talking. Paul mentions, how he has a community. They have livestock crops, and oh yes. First off, I like the part where everyone has their gun on the table, but it's like pointed to him. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of thing that's interesting. And there was one little thing here. So Paul even mentions how he got to see their armory, that they're well stocked, and he even asked how many people they have, and he guessed something like 54. And Maggie's like more. And when I saw that in the episode, I'm like, lies, Maggie, lies. There are not 54 people here. Like lies. I'm like, there is no way.
There has to be all them people who died.
Yeah, there's like maybe 30. There's like maybe 30 at this time.
They'll be lucky if they even have 20 people at this rate, especially with the kind of budget.
There's not even that many houses there. Not Not that many. Well, no. If you look it up, it says a lot of like. Okay, there's a lot of characters from season 5. Like, I remember Nicholas' son. If you look it up, it says he died in the explosions that Negan did, and a lot of they did that for a lot of characters from season 5 that never came back. They just said they died in No Way Out. But to be honest, the people we know who died in No Way Out, there was literally only technically like 4 people, and one of them wasn't even from Alexandria. But JSS more people died. Definitely, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Including
and
the
okay, so yeah, we get the part where he says that your world's going to get a whole lot bigger, and we
Man,
get the
was he
part.
ever right about that though?
I know, but you think he could have mentioned that? Oh yeah, one of the communities we trade with are the saviors, but whatever. So
Yeah, this is important information here, Jesus.
so
he did say that later on.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we have the part where they're getting the RV ready, and that we get a scene where Denise gives Daryl like an oatmeal cookie or whatever she made, and
He
he
doesn't
says
want it.
he didn't want it. He's like, I'll just pick up something on the road, and she's like, what? She assumed it's gonna be like roadkill or like rabies.
I remember the
That was
exact
funny.
line. I think he was like, I think he said, "I hope better than it looks," and I forgot that, but she said
Well,
something.
he said, I hope it tastes better than it looks because it looks like crap. And she's like, well, crap is still better than roadkill. It's like, yeah, that's so true. Because like, yeah, she has a point. Like, let's remember, you ate possum. Like, you would eat roadkill. I mean, I'm just saying, you've done it before.
For some reason, I feel like Denise is kind of a discount Tara because they were both more of these sarcastic characters. I don't really remember her in the like Doctor.
Denise was
Yeah,
better in the
definitely.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her death was so surprising.
Well, they had to give that death to someone though.
So what did you
Yeah.
guys? So we get Paul where he mentions like me and Michonne. It literally happened, and like because in the comics Carl goes with Rick, he sneaks inside, but in the show they changed
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's
Yeah,
kind of
that-
different because Carl is like in the comics. He's like, I think he's like 10 or around there, and even if he's not 10, he's really like a kid in the show, especially because the actor around that time looks like 14 around there, so he's not gonna really sneak.
Yeah, that's true.
Brian.
In the comic, it's like more of a. Well, it's kind of funny because in the TV show, he's like supposed to be like way younger than he actually is in real life. That's the
Hey,
most awkward
Brian.
part.
Yeah, Epic.
I know this is off topic, but do you think if Judith died back in the prison, that Carl would have actually survived season 8?
Well,
Oh yeah,
probably not.
definitely. Wait. If Judith died, then yeah, they would.
Judith had nothing to do with his death. Or y'all just talking about Gimple would have killed him?
Yeah, the writing in terms of writing.
For some reason, that Gimple still would have done that, and
Oh,
because
that
you got to
would've
think
been
about it, like
worse.
the whole Judith idea. The Judith idea, it kind of came from Angela Kang because she was a character they could use. But like, you got to think about it. Gimple with Carl's death, he just thought that was a good idea. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I think that honestly, if they would have killed Judith earlier on, they would have been out of kids to use.
Yeah,
I don't think the show even want. I mean, I guess if it was on HBO, they would have done it. But regardless, they probably wouldn't have killed Judith because she's a baby. But also, I just think that they could have just did it with RJ, but at the same time, it's like Judith was at least 2 years older than RJ, and even like RJ, he's kind of like just a normal kid. I don't think he would have been able. But at the same time, if they did that, I think they could have just kept Henry alive. So,
dude, that's crazy. If they killed off Judith and then Carl in season 8, like that would have made Gimple as a writer like an even worse writer because it's like, oh man, because like at least
That'd be really dark.
Yeah, no, I mean at least the show still had Judith, like in that case. But
at the same time, Gimple, I guess I know you guys hate him. I don't really hate him that bad, but it's like, yes, season 7 and 8 were kind of bad, but then just think like again, season 4 was probably one of the most creative seasons. I'm pretty sure. I think as far as the A part with the food, I think that's really cool and like just normal. And also season 5 was probably like I said last time, it was season 5 and 6 were the prime of the show and always will be. And that was Gimple's doing. someone else is doing. He did fall as a writer, but at the same time, without him, the show would definitely be way different.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause I don't want to beat up on RJ, but I mean Judith is a bigger character than he is.
Well,
That's
RJ
true.
is just underused, honestly. RJ is just
Oh,
not
They
getting enough
can't
yeah.
do.
screen time.
They can't really do anything with him. And I think when they do the big time jump, and here's another thing. This is off topic, and we can talk about the episode. When if they do the Carl thing, but if they're doing a Daryl and Carol spinoff, like are Daryl and Carol gonna be? If they do the like 30-year time jump, are Carol and Daryl gonna be there? Because if they're not, I don't know. It's gonna be the same. And I think
Yeah.
Carol, not gonna
Exactly.
like Carol and Daryl. 30 years, because Carol and Daryl, especially in real life, they like Carol looks really old, and I feel like in 30 years, it would be like 80 or 70. So I feel like they would honestly have died from old age anyway. But like, I don't know.
Hey
Yeah.
Jen,
Yeah,
Wait,
Epic.
guys.
I know it's weird, but as seeing Daryl and Carol, you know, it kind of makes me feel old.
It does. I like. It makes me sad when I see Norman Reedus nowadays because like I see like the like gray like facial hair that he's starting to have, and I'm just like, man, I don't know why. It's just making me sad to see that, honestly.
So, okay. So, back to the episode. We have the characters going to the hill where he asks Glenn if he meant to make pancakes with
Or the Bisquick. Did you try to make pancakes?
great impression. Great impression, man. Yeah,
Thank you.
Glenn.
Thank you very much.
There was
Glenn's
no
face.
Eugene in this episode.
No, there's
I
no
just realized
Eugene.
that.
No
Don't
Eugene.
they
No,
mention him?
there's no
They
Eugene and
mentioned
there's no
him.
Morgan and Carol either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do
Carol was
remember that
baking
at the end of the
cookies.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carol
exactly. She was busy.
making cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
At least they
Um.
mentioned Eugene. They didn't mention neither of them.
She was busy putting on a white shirt, and then like every time characters wear white shirts, they always have like they never last, like they never stay white because she kills one walker and her whole white shirt is just ruined. I found that so funny.
Yeah. Same with Rick.
I
He.
know
Oh.
this is kind of off topic, but back in season 4, it was kind of funny how Beth had like a white shirt on, and then
Mm-hmm.
Daryl comes along.
It was a yellow shirt.
The walker with a golf club, and blood goes onto it.
It was
Yeah,
a
I
yellow.
know.
It was a yellow
Kind of
shirt,
right.
but it was a white.
Last long. That's why I'm forgetting
That's what she.
when she got kidnapped. So yeah.
So we have the part where the characters. Okay, so yeah, they're going towards the hilltop. They see the wrecked car, and we have the part where they're going inside because Paul's people are they're in trouble from just a few walkers. It's not a herd. It's just like half a dozen walkers, and it's like, and even though there's like 4 people, but
Was that like when he sees the car crash and then like he turns around and then Rick and he's like, if this is a trick, it won't end well for you. And I kind of do have to feel bad for Rick in this scene and like all the characters that are in the RV because they're probably just thinking like, man, we have been through this like a few times now. Please tell me this is legit, you know?
well, yeah.
I mean, to be
The
honest.
thing about what the people they find, I think all 4 of the characters are actually characters that stick around. Because one of the characters I think we see in season 10, I don't know, but Birdie also,
Birdie.
and the doctor he comes important. And I forgot the other guy that they were choking. I think he dies in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Or he
Yeah,
might
Freddie.
just never. I forgot his name, Freddie.
Freddie.
I might look that up right now while y'all are talking about it, but I don't know what happened. I think he died, but
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died.
I don't know.
He died next to Morgan in the outpost. I think. I think he
Yeah.
was
And
dead.
the other guy who came
Andy
with
or
him,
something.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Andy was with him. I think it was both of them. It was probably both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just me or is Birdie Hilltop's version of Scott?
Pretty
She
much.
is. She is. Like I thought she was gonna be the show's version of Brianna from the comics. Maggie's
I mean,
friend.
she is.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
But then
She
they
is.
introduced her in season 9 or 10, I think. No, 10. Brianna, like she actually does have a page from the Hilltop, wiki. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
And Freddie did die from what you had said. He died with Morgan.
Yeah. Freddie
That thing.
died in the All Out War episode in episode 2 of season 8.
Hey guys,
Yeah, they're the only guards the
Kyle-
Hilltop has.
Is Kyle like the Asian dude? Because I'm pretty sure I looked up on Wiki a while ago. It says he's unknown because I'm pretty sure he had. I don't think they've showed him ever since the 6-year time jump. I'm
Yeah, I don't
pretty
think
sure.
so.
No, the Cal was there during season 9, episode 10, when they found those horses, and they were like, Alden's
Oh, yeah.
and Luke's or whatever. But Eduardo, we haven't seen him since the time jump. So yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
Man, the show is
Really,
so
right.
bad at remembering these characters. Just get me in charge. I'll bring them back.
Interesting how they made Cal resemble Glenn.
I know, yeah, especially in that one episode in season 9, episode 3, when they're like riding along and like that savior takes the like it's just crazy, and he's like just riding.
Kind of there that they kind of regret killing him off.
They
But
should
what?
because he could have lasted longer.
Glenn
Yeah.
or Cal.
Glenn,
So,
Glenn
Hey,
and Cal.
Brian,
yeah, Epic.
do you
Yes.
think AMC drew Glenn?
That's hard to
Pretty
say,
sure they
man.
don't.
I mean,
don't think they do.
rating wise, I think they definitely do at this point.
I
Yeah.
feel like the ratings mainly went down because Glenn's death. I do not think that. I think that's a part of why, but I don't think that's like
I think it's
even if
Nick.
they didn't kill Abraham. It's like Glenn died from the comics, and it's just like maybe he should have lived longer. But at the same time,
I
it's
think
like
I think it's Glenn though, because I swear I still get people nowadays that like come to me and say I stopped watching The Walking Dead after Glenn died. Everybody says that. It's literally
most of
like
the
the
people
most popular thing.
most of the people I've heard who stopped watching the show, and I think I y'all can probably agree. But most people I heard, because there was a YouTuber I heard, and they said they stopped watching because they felt like Negan's plot armor was so ridiculous, and then when Carl died, they just stopped watching.
That was another big straw.
The definitely had and it goes down to like 10 million. And yeah, I don't know. And the one I hear the most, like everybody's like Glenn. Like once Glenn was off, like I was done. Like I always hear that.
At the same time, the two, and I feel like it was stupid. Why was the 2 episodes after that bottle up? I mean, what I would rather them have did, and this is another thing I think Dan was talking about with them doing 16 episodes and they didn't have to do that. But I think what would have been better is if they did the 2 bottle episodes was Negan and Daryl and all them at the whatever and then at the Kingdom. I think if they could have combined those episodes, then I would have liked it more than them both just being just like bottle episodes. I would have rather them both had been combined to
yeah, definitely way too many bottle episodes.
Hey guys, Dan, we can go back to stream.
That's one thing I never
get
understood.
Back to
the episode. Yeah, sorry.
I never understood about Gimple was like for whatever reason Gimple killed him off anyways.
I know that's always why. Thank you when they like the ratings did not dip at all. It was just
the season 7 finale.
That's true. But like all the
Yeah.
casual viewers are like probably